Alright, let's see if this works. Recording so far. Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about something that really pissed me off a short time ago. I work as a high school janitor. Not going to say where. I'm only a part-timer. I'm something called a sweeper. Now, I've worked there for 2 years. Apparently we're supposed to get a 25-cent raise every year. I didn't. Should be coming up with my second one. Didn't get it. The pay rate went up. Yeah, fine. But I'm making the same rate as people that just started there. Okay. Now, since I've been there, 3 full-time positions have opened up. First time, the job wasn't posted. And they hired somebody who worked in a different town who I think did the same job, I'm not sure. Second time, they switched from paper applications to doing it on some website called teachers/teachers.com, some bull crap. I applied. Did not get an interview. They gave it to this kid. He's in his mid-late 20s, whatever. No previous experience with this kind of work. Okay? He is like an EMT or works for the fire department or some crap. Someone else told me he drives an ambulance. And he works as a cashier at the livestock feed store. He also previously done roofing. No experience in the janitorial field. But he gets a job over everyone else. People with years of experience applied. The thing is he is related to someone that works in a school district. This place I live is one of those who you know, who you're related to, are you from here, what religion are you towns. I fall into none of those categories. Okay, yeah, technically my sister-in-law also works there. But she's probably screwed by association with me. Although my supervisor did lobby for her to have that job last time, and they turned him down. I think they discriminated her because of her she's, you know, a tad on the plus size. And she had 30 years of experience working in an elderly care facility in a different, you know, job. But she does good at this job. Anyway, they passed me over. This kid that they hired is related to someone in the school district. Okay. I didn't get my interview. I raised a stink via email to the principal. I sent him a couple emails. And he said, if you have a problem, come and see me. Blah, blah, blah. Don't do it. Don't send an email. Come and talk to me. I'll talk to him. He just won't care. He won't give a crap. Okay. Let me think here. Thoughts are getting jumbled. But yeah, related to someone in school district, he gets a job over people with experience, blah, blah, blah. And the principal also said, you probably sent it in too late. Your application, or it wasn't there. Fast forward 5-6 months later, third opening comes up. My sister-in-law's cousin transferred to a different school. She was a full-timer. Okay. I get on the website and I go to apply. All my information is there, so the principal lied to me. I already knew that I had applied, right? It's all there, so I decided to renew it. Boop. I actually get an interview this time. If I hadn't made a big deal of it last time, I wouldn't be getting an interview. See, he doesn't like all this. He doesn't like this. They're all cowboys here. They're all a member of a particular religion. So they don't like people that are different. You have to have short blonde hair and a shirt and tie. Howdy do, howdy do, howdy do. Hallelujah, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Those are the type of people that get hired in the school district out here. Okay. The interview. So I go into the interrogation interview. There's about 8 people there. Got my supervisor. You got the principal. You got like some lady, I don't know what her job was. HR department, maybe, I don't know. 2 guys that are like the supervisors at a different school in the district, and then somebody else over here I don't remember. And then the kid that they hired previously. Like he's an expert on the job. And then he asked a bunch of basic common sense questions. I tried to answer most of them, easily, blah, blah, blah. I had one where that HR lady asked me, and I'm just sitting there like, seriously? And I kind of froze. Because when I first went into the room, I saw all the people, and I had an anxiety attack. Nothing I can do about it. I can try to feel as calm as possible, but boom, my body betrays me. My inner psyche or whatever betrays me. I have an anxiety attack. I have to hold on to the arm rail and the rest of the chair to keep them from noticing that my arms are shaking. I tried to sit on my hands and everything. Right then and there, in order to make a fool of me. And they did. And I was pissed off about that kid he's a nice kid, don't get me wrong, I like him. But he's not an expert in the job. He's been doing it for 3, 4, 5 months, maybe, I don't know, since basketball season. He's not an expert in the job. Oh, what do you do if you have to have this event here in the gym, blah, 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 and you need this many tables, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I go and grab somebody to help me, and I get the tables. And like one person and one after him was the HR lady, and I forget what question she asked me, but I just drew a blank. It was an interrogation, it wasn't an interview. And it was just for show. Myself and a few others already knew this because the person that they gave the job to, it was already predetermined. This person was hired on as a sweeper, which was a total cover because they knew there was an opening and they knew this person and they wanted them to have it. She's a housekeeper up at a resort in the town 2 miles up that way. Housekeeping manager, I should say. We all knew she had the job. We all knew. It was predetermined. But they did all this for show. They interviewed us just to humor us. I would have preferred the principal and my supervisor, not a team of 8 people interrogating me. I knew I botched the interview, and I knew it wasn't a good job, but I was holding out a sliver of hope. But I already knew that this person had the job. It was predetermined. The principal calls me like literally the next day on the phone. Oh, I'm sorry, there's bad news today. So-and-so has been hired for this job. She has experience in the housekeeping field, blah, blah, blah. She's been a supervisor, blah, blah, blah. That's the way it is. I'm sorry it's bad news today, but we appreciate all the work you're doing for us, blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. And I literally, everything he said, I'm like, yeah, And I said, bye, and I hung up. I already knew it. It was bullcrap. The whole thing was just a sham. You see, when I wanted to, I was a groundskeeper's assistant at like the care center here 11 years ago. I worked there for a year and a half, and my supervisor at the time suggested I apply at the school district for maintenance. I passed on it because, I applied, and the sweeper job at the time, literally, $6 an hour, 12 hours a week. I passed on that to work at Family Dollar for $6.50. Ultimately, 3-year span I worked there, like I'm getting screwed. But that's a different story. I was thinking, oh gosh, I should have done it. I should have applied at the school back then. I might be on full time now. Nope. No. I'd still be a sweeper there. Figure 10 years ago, 25% raise every year, I'd be getting an extra $2.50 an hour. I'd be actually getting $8.50 right now. Well, if I even bother to get the raise. But I'm actually getting 9, and I'm supposed to be getting $9.25. I'm supposed to be getting $9.50 in August. This is crap. 11, 12 years ago in the state I used to live in, where I was born and raised and whatnot, I was getting $11.33 an hour to be a janitor at a box plant. I come out here after I was laid off, and the plant ultimately closed some years later. After I was laid off, everything out here is $6 an hour, $7 an hour. Bullcrap. I even had a guy shopping at Family Dollar. And I asked about my job and said I'm only getting $6 an hour. It's like, oh, that's good money. On what planet is that good money? Even back then in 2004, $6 an hour was crap. That was over $5 less an hour than what I was making at the box plant. Anyway, back to this school thing. I thought, oh, get in here part-time, I'll have my foot in the door. Some of the others do. Really? Some of the others do, yeah. But not me. I have my foot in a bucket of cement. And I'm standing backwards on the down escalator. Okay? 11, 12 years of janitorial experience meant absolute dick. Nothing. Because they give this job to people with no experience. People they're related to, people they're friends to, people that are in their religion. I am an outsider. I'm not from this town, I'm not from this state, I'm not from their religion, I'm not blood related to anybody. Shut up! Shut up, you stupid! Just piss me off. I'm technically blood related to anybody in this town, except for my son. Not related to anybody that works for the school. I'm not friends with anybody. I don't go to their churches. I don't get their jobs. I've struggled to make a living here for close to 11 years. The only thing I've done, I've actually sort of made money, was Crap Mart in another town 20-some miles up the street. You know, and they got rid of me after 3 years. They basically used me and threw me away, but that's a different story. Retail isn't a good business to get into unless you are in management. Alright. I'm like on a treadmill with my feet and blocks of cement at that school. I have more than a decade of janitorial experience, and it means nothing. I could come in now with 25 years of experience. Still be a sweeper. The thing is if I had people, when I now know, well, that they're using me. They hired me as a sweeper simply because they needed sweepers. They didn't give a crap about my experience. Okay, if I had people lined up in front of me with certain last names, I can rattle off 3, 4, 5 names for you right now. They would have been hired as a sweeper instead of me, regardless of my experience. They hired me simply because they needed a sweeper. They don't care that I came into there with nearly 10 years of janitorial. They don't care that I knew how to run all the machines. They don't care. I will kill you! Anyway, the dogs are continuing to do this, and I'm not going to edit it because I'm recording it with the laptop. And my hands are stinging from clapping for no reason. Look how red they are now. Can't see it. That one hand is beat red right there in the middle. Yeah, there, right there. Look how red that is. That freaking hurts. Hi, we're dogs and we're stupid and we bark for no reason. Bark, 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 bark. The wind blows the wrong way and they all bark. You see? Shut your yapper. Especially that little 6-month-old puppy. He pisses me off. One barks, the other barks. It's like a domino effect. And then they have the stampede of stupidity. They'll run to the door. They hear a truck outside. They think it's the school bus dropping off my son or picking him up. And they all carry on. But anyway, I'm rambling off topic here. My hands hurt from clapping. This is a who you know town, who you're related to town. You're not a member of their religion. You're the enemy. You're an outsider. You're a dirty hippie. You're a heathen. You're not going to get a job here. I've worked multiple jobs here and they've all been dead ends. Anything that's not, all my retail experience, most of it ended badly, except for the one store up the road here. I voluntarily left there twice for better paying jobs that ultimately screwed me over. Gosh, if I can get on full time here as a high school custodian, the pay is a lot better than what I'm getting. I get vacation time. I've worked there as a sweeper, and summer's not mandatory. I mean, since that little interrogation debacle, I haven't gone in. I haven't. I think I went in like once to get my timesheet to finish it, but it was gone. So I set a new one in there, and I haven't started it yet. I haven't been there in 3 weeks. There's people there I just don't want to see. When regular rotation starts for the fall, yeah, I'll go in, but I'm going to go in at night, so I don't have to bother with anybody. Because there's maybe 3 people there, maybe 4, that I don't want anything to ever do with again. I've never felt welcome in this town. 11 years here, and I never will. I can get into stuff about people and, blah blah blah, but I want to keep this video about that job. I feel like I was being used, and I still am. That's the way it's going to be there, and I didn't want to quit. I want to get on full time there, but it's never going to happen. It's not. I'm wasting my time, and I'm being used.